Hey, lady.
Now Paramount tells the sensational story of the unknown heroes who start in where the crime investigations leave off. Following through in the desperate fight to the finish against big-time gangland, its ruthless kingpin, and its mob of hoods who got away with everything until they killed a cop.
Police officer, drop that
gun! The Turning Point, a dynamite drama starring William Holden as McKibben, the tough reporter who knew all the angles.
If I were the professor, I'd question me, you, the DA, everybody in the whole kit and caboodle. I'd screen everybody.
You know they've been screened.
I'd screen them again. I'd get to know them intimately back to the time they were born. I'd question my own mother.
Edmund O'Brien as the prosecutor, who followed a trail of corruption that was blazed in scarlet.
Where did you get this money?
From fellas. Where else? It's a silly question.
Alexis Smith as the beautiful society girl who started out by looking for excitement and found more than she bargained for.
There's a gun on me. Get away and keep in the crowd.
Ryden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that it would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap!
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul-searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought, human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity.
The Cold War was the first war in history that held the possibility of ending in apocalypse.
The United States is the only country to have ever used an atomic weapon in warfare. These weapons changed the fate of the 20th century. They were so big and so destructive, they couldn't be used. Would have been a suicide pact. So instead, the Cold War was conducted through economic means, psychological means,
They envision the entire world Sovietized, communist style.
And through proxy battlefields across the world.
It created a need for secret activity that never went away.
The plan was to hit every city in Russia and China. It struck me as the most evil plan. This is institutional insanity.
The world, in many ways, faces a much more fraught nuclear landscape today than it has since the 1980s.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
There was a lot of questions associated with the collapse of the Soviet Union.
What would it mean for a nuclear power to come undone?
Several hundred kilograms of nuclear materials have never been accounted for. My automobile mechanic asked me if I'd like to buy some uranium, enough for 24 nuclear weapons.
Putin said that collapse of the Soviet Union was the worst geopolitical tragedy of the 20th century.
The Cold War did end, but we are living through a new Cold War.
Дають Україну частиною своєї імперії, їх спадщина, і вони це забирають.
Once humans stop seeing other humans as human, the most horrific acts are possible.
We're in a much worse place than we were in the Cold War. Cold War was cold. This is an unstable hot war, which could lead to catastrophic outcomes.
This guard unit occupied a church, using it as a base camp. They had to leave a note because they could not get hold of the pastor to get permission.
It is surreal. Yeah, you never expect to do this in your own country.
Chris Montgomery says he'd rather be in Iraq than patrolling American neighborhoods.
Walking up and down these streets, you don't want to think about the stuff that you're gonna have to do. Somebody pops around the corner.
And be shooting in America.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. Just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period.
This is the United States of America. We've acted together. We have never been unable to overcome whatever the problem was. If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight. Thank you very much.
Candidates, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm trying to read it. Okay. There's too many diamonds. Yeah, that's too bright. That's too bright. Go anyway. Oh, Mason, are you a Mason? Of course I am. Okay.
Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot in an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed.
That's a secret ceremony. You might as well put your pinky out when you drink your drink.
Quiz here for Shaquille O'Neal. Are you prepared to take this quiz? It's just for Shaq. Yeah, Cole High School, you wore what? 33 because of Patrick Ewing. 33 because of Patrick Ewing. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's easy. LSU. 33 because of Patrick Ewing. Okay. Let's go to the Lakers. 34 because the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wore 33. Yeah.
Come on, of course he remembers this.
Yeah, with Phoenix Suns. 32. 32.
Why? Why 32?
Because Amari Stoudemire, I made him give it up to me.
Okay.
The Heat? 32.
Why?
Because I knew Alonzo was coming back, and I didn't want to take his number.
Okay.
The Dolphins. I never played for the Dolphins. In the Western University Dolphins in blue number chips. 50. Yeah, that's right, number 50.
Oh, yeah, yes. Why number 50 there?
David Robinson.
No, you just
David Robinson. The Magic. 32. Yep. Because punk-ass Terry Catlett tried to make me
paid $50,000 for it. Leave Cat Bone alone, man.
Yeah,
he's my rook.
The Celtics. 36.
36? Why 36? Oh, that's how many points he had like in a month.
No, I think 32, 33, and 34 were taken up. All right, Cavaliers. 33.
Why 33? That's how many points he had in 2 months.
After I had 4 rings and you got none.
Under this contract, our 33rd use of the Defense Production Act. Remember when you were saying, I didn't use it enough. And now you heard it's the 33rd use. We don't talk about it all the time. We used it, and we used it as a little bit of a threat, frankly, with certain companies that weren't doing as we were asking them to do, and it came through as both a threat and a usage. But this is our 33rd use of the Defense Production Act. Kodak will now produce generic active pharmaceutical ingredients, which is a big deal.
Checkmate.
Again?
Obviously, you're not well suited for three-dimensional chess. Perhaps three-dimensional Candyland would be more your speed.
Just reset the board.
It must be humbling to suck on so many different levels.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Did you get my mail?
Yeah, right here. How was Nebraska?
Well, better than North Dakota. I guess that joke's only funny in Nebraska.
From the data at hand, you really can't draw that conclusion. All you can say with absolute certainty is that that joke is not funny here.
Boy, it's good to be back.
How's your family?
Oh, it was the worst trip. Everyone got sick over the weekend.
Sick?
Here we go.
What kind of sick?
The flu, I guess.
But I don't need you to guess. I need you to know. Now, when did the symptoms first appear?
Maybe Friday?
Friday. Was that morning or afternoon?
I don't...
Think, woman who blew their nose and when?
Sheldon, relax. She doesn't have any symptoms. I'm sure she's not contagious.
Oh, please. If influenza was only contagious after symptoms appear, it would have died out thousands of years ago. Somewhere between tool using and cave painting, Homo habilis would have figured out to kill the guy with the runny nose.
Penny, you'll have to excuse Sheldon. He's a bit of a germaphobe.
Oh, it's okay. I understand.
Thanks for your consideration. Now please leave.
You'd better go before he starts spraying you with Lysol.
Okay, well, thank you for getting my mail.
No problem. Welcome home.
What? Guard the Uncle Carl factor. At best, I have 60 years left.
How long, huh?
60 only takes me to here. I need to get to here.
What's there?
The earliest estimate of the singularity, when man will be able to transfer his consciousness into machines and achieve immortality.
So you're upset about missing out on becoming some sort of freakish, self-aware robot?
By this much.
And from one classic to another, this is Summer of '69.
69.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away.
Man has a dream, and that's the song.
He follows his dreams, relying on.
When it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. Beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line.
Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all!
That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?